I'm pretty sure Lauren would kill me. Okay, we're gonna give 2 minutes for the disconnect to reconnect. I am not married to Jason.
You're not?
No.
Shocker.
Hashtag Neil's waifu.
Thanks, Shindegs.
Hashtag salty bet.
I have Carlton's jacket.
Carlton's wife confirmed.
Which Matt has been kidnapping frequently. And yes, that was Shindegs. Okay. I don't think we can wait any longer on the disconnect. So we're gonna come back. And Carlton is going to be dead.
All right.
Okay, can I get a list of who voted and who didn't, please?
Carlton did not vote.
I did.
Kiwi and Jonathan did not vote, I believe.
And I didn't vote.
I did.
Was there anybody else? I think there was one more that didn't vote.
Why don't we just put up our hands and we voted?
Yeah.
I voted.
Sorry.
There. We good?
Okay.
That looks about right.
So, I know I called the formal. I didn't want to vote because I wanted it to be more of a close vote and possibly trap somebody to switch sides as Mafia in case it was town.
The disconnect can reconnect since nothing has happened yet.
If the vote did not go through, I was going to quickly formal unctuous to avoid the moderator falling asleep. So those were the two people I wanted to go with. I wanted the vote to be as close as possible, and that's just why I didn't vote, in case anybody cares.
Did you get any information that you feel like?
So Carlton, I had a really good town read on. I had a town read on Jonathan as well, and I'm town. So 3 town didn't vote for him.
I would absolutely suggest looking at the people who voted.
So I agree. I think we should vote for the people that voted, because most likely he was town and Mafia went in on that.
I have a question. You said 3 town didn't vote for him, and you're saying your town, Jonathan's town, and who else was on your town list?
Kiwi.
You think Kiwi's town?
I don't have Kiwi on my town list.
You said
Oh,
3
sorry.
town didn't vote.
Carlton.
Carlton, he said. Carlton.
Yeah, but oh yeah, Carlton.
So Kiwi's on the fence for me. He's kind of townish, but I don't want to put him as my town read. I have a town read on Jonathan, and with myself as the 3rd town, I feel like there should be some information gained there from that vote.
I agree with what you're saying.
In the name of Carlton, who always says that votes matter, we should think about votes.
Well, so the people that are still on my list that voted as well, coincidentally, everybody that voted, or everybody that's on my potential Mafia list voted. And that is Alan, Kimball, Rob, and Julian.
I don't think Kimball's Mafia. Just saying.
Let's go under the radar, huh?
Why'd you say
Rob?
Rob?
He killed.
Rob was
Right.
the person we were voting on.
Yeah, that's
But
that's
you no
fine.
longer think that Rob's Mafia.
No,
Because none of
that
the people.
I said it was a coin flip. I would have gone for either Rob or Unctuous. If the vote didn't go on Rob, I would have formed with Unctuous right away. So
Yeah.
Right.
My little statement or whatever. At least what I've noticed. I brought it up before. I know everyone's pretty much beat it to death with the whole chef thing. And the whole bringing up of the whatever that I can't remember the name of the thing, but the people that I'm looking at too is Unctuous, who has been deflecting pretty much every time when it does go to him. It's very an aggressive deflection. I know he does that pretty much every time that he defends himself or anything. Hey, but the same you had the same notion as Ryan, which would be bringing back that idea that the goddamn, what was the name of the not Jester, the hypnotist, like that same notion that the hypnotist could be in. So in my opinion, I did like Ryan's defense, but I did believe that he was Mafia as well. But just going off of my instinct or anything, is I think how both of you kind of brought that up after you've been accused or been on the bench or been on on trial of being able to be going next. That idea has always been resurfaced, and you have and Ryan are the two people that stick out in my mind that have actually keep reinserting that. And Ryan's out now. But I don't know. Some people thought that Ryan was still town. I think that he was Mafia and did bring that fact back in. Also, when Eric, I know, first accused Ryan, he rescinded it on the notion that he doesn't want to be responsible for the kill. So I don't know how to take that at all, as far as like, okay, I'll vote for you, but I'm going to rescind because I don't want to be responsible for getting rid of Ryan.
So the reason I rescinded was I wanted to get a consensus with everybody else. In the beginning, I thought Ryan was town. I wanted to see what everybody else thought before I was quick to rush a vote on him. And that's why I rescinded, so we could get more information.
Yeah, and I kind of agree. Like that's been a common behavior, because even what you said just now, as far as voting for Rob, and then not, I don't know if, was it you that formaled Rob? Or
I did.
So you formaled Rob, and you brought it, you put it out there, and you said, I formaled Rob. I didn't vote because I wanted to see how you're gauging it. You're trying to pretty much see it, who is switching sides, or who's just going straight in. And I agree with that to an extent too. Like that behavior is very similar for you. Like you're not just throwing people under the bus, or not. I don't know. I'm just trying to like give information out as far as like, because I've been a little bit quiet this time, but I've been kind of just observing, and these are the kind of behaviors that I've seen this game. As far as Breger and Unctious doing that, as far as bringing the hypnotist back up every time, if anything goes down, or if he was the hypnotist, if the hypnotist is in the game, please come out. If there's like these kind of ideas that kept coming up, and we know we've said it, dead horse over and over again.
So why are you bringing it up now? No one's talked
Because
about
I'm
it in
just
like
saying,
a round and a half.
I'm bringing it up because I have suspicions of Unctious, and my other suspicion was of Eric, but I wasn't sure as far as like how to take his behavior with rescinding the vote and then saying I don't want to be responsible for it, and then this time formaling Rob and then not voting. So it's hard for me to even say if I think he is town for trying to gauge it, but I'm just trying to give out some information out there.
So I think Unctious and Julian want to talk. I don't know if Julian's got his hand up, but I want to say something.
I've been sitting back a lot of the game, because anytime I try and talk, someone else brings up my point, and I'm just like, okay, here's a bandwagon or whatever. I've been taking a lot of notes here, and to be honest, Rob has been on like the opposite side of most of the people here, and so that's why I thought he was actually a decent kill. That's why I voted for him, because I just didn't believe anything he was saying.
Yeah.
My read so far, like the thing is like Unctious and Rob were like on opposite sides. That's why I think one of them was town and one of them was Mafia. Like they were fighting so hard at it, and so were you, Eric. You were fighting at Rob pretty hard at the beginning, and then you just sort of like that after the formal went down. It's just sort of like I just want to see, when regardless of the fact that he was going to die. Kiwi and Rob, that was another one. Neil and Unctious, Neil and Kiwi.
Neil and Kiwi?
No, Neil and Kiwi going at it. This is like my version of what Breger does, is sort of like
going asses.
Well, all right. Neil was more going at you. How about that?
Well, yeah, it's because I'm a top, but I don't think that's appropriate for stream.
Interestingly, Neil, you've been sitting back like a lot of the game. Like, I mean, compared to what I feel like when you play Mafia, you tend to be louder. I'm not deflecting. I'm bringing it up because I don't want to. I want to say this before I get
I've been streaming since roleplay yesterday. I haven't slept since Tuesday.
Yeah, you've been like pretty checked out, but you've been like itching to play Mafia for a long time. You've like, can anybody mod like for the past week, and then you're completely checked out of the game. It just
no. I'm actually quite in the game. I think I'm playing better today than I have been in the last 5 or 6 games that I've played. I'm just a little bit more calm.
I wanted to address something that Tempo said about me. He kept saying that I was deflecting a lot of the time off of myself, but I've done nothing but defend moves that I've done. I haven't deflected off of myself at all, a single time. Just wanted to make that known.
I had a question about Eric. What would you have
Sure, go
done
ahead.
if you had formaled him and then the vote had been a tie, and then he had lived because you didn't vote?
I would have went after Unctious.
But so then you would have formaled him and let a Mafia live. I mean, I guess sure we have Unctious there, but that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of sketchy.
So in my mind, I thought both of them were equally suspicious. So I wanted to make it as close as possible. So perhaps a Mafia would switch over, and I didn't see anything like that happen. So it leads me to believe that most, if not all, Mafia were in the voting population.
Yeah, because it seemed to me before we voted that everyone was going to vote. I was surprised at how few people did vote. So I don't think a Mafia would have even hesitated and then gone for it. I think a Mafia would have been like, well, this guy's dead. I got to hop on this early. That's how
I was planning on voting. I was planning on voting for him until Kiwi came out in his defense. Anytime somebody comes out late in somebody's defense, it may sway a few people, especially Mafia, to think, hey, one guy's not going to vote for him. Maybe a couple more won't. And I can just like not vote and maybe keep my Mafia buddy alive. So once that happened, and I think that's a good move in general for people to do, even if you don't really think the guy is safe, if you think the vote's going to be a landslide, put some defense his way. That way the votes are close. Close votes give a lot of information.
I agree with that
Okay,
100%.
one second, please.
I think that's really astute.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you had maybe you didn't vote and it was a tie and then it didn't pass, and then the vote on Unctious didn't pass, but then what if the vote on Unctious didn't pass? Then we would have had like two people who we think are Mafia that we can't kill that round. I'm not saying that it makes you Mafia that you didn't vote. I'm just saying I'm questioning the decision
There's a lot of ifs in your logic.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't be 100% sure that your plan's going to work, but that's what I was going with.
Okay.
So-
I just wanted to address it. That's all.
I do not recognize Julian without gunners on.
Oh, holy
Dude, it's 90 degrees out here and I'm fucking sweating.
Anyway, let's do some shit. What's the plan? Let's go. No one's talking and I'm fucking tired.
I would like to hear from Mr. Yes Man. Jonathan, what's up, dude?
What?
What are your
What's
thoughts
up,
on it? What?
Hey,
who do
Jonathan, are you
agree with?
Mafia? And then you don't. If you agree with us, I don't think you should do it.
Who do you agree with? Do you agree with Neil? Do you agree with Eric? Do you agree with both?
I agree with Eric.
Why?
On what topic?
Ready to kill bitches.
On what topic do
Can
you
you say,
agree?
can you say things like
Are
more
you
than
just
just
picking
yes?
a name so
No.
you can be on a side, or do you actually have? What do you agree with Eric about that you don't agree with me about?
I don't. Oh, God.
Neil, as the subject of the
Can I say something, please,
conversation,
about
you-
this? Because it kind of irritated me that one of the first rounds that we played is that Neil, you said that he could just be playing Bad Town or anything like that, and then he was quiet after that. It was just kind of like, oh, if I'm playing Bad Town, I might as well just back up.
Mm-hmm.
After Rob said like, okay, we can't be going after him because everybody's harping up because Mafia thinks blah 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 blah. Now I'm thinking we can't forgive Bad Town play. We've always said that, and here we are letting it go by again.
Yeah.
Well, what's our number
Yep,
count?
says Alan, having not said a fucking thing. Yep, not Bad Town play. I'm just gonna stay silent forever.
Well, we're
until
literally
someone-
like 5 minutes into the round, so can you keep your dick in your pants? That'd be great.
Alan, can you
Please
let
take
other
it
people
out.
Talk, please. You're talking over the top of people. It's really rude, man.
I feel
mean,
like
can I say-
people get a word?
Unctious. I feel like Eric's right about Unctious deflecting a lot. But other than that, like I can't really get a good read on Neil or Eric as Mafia, but I have a very strong read on Alan because of how silent he's been and watching him play like a lot. I feel like he's just he's trying to sow chaos among the town. If solely because like obviously he wants to win, but yeah.
Kimball brought up a really good point. Having said that, if Alan was Mafia, he might literally be just going after somebody like super hard, like anti-Mafia.
That seems to be his like one and only Mafia play over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But then again, like that Mafia play, like I'm suspicious of because Alan and Carlton both said, I don't know as a joke or not, but we're gonna lynch you day one over and over again. So like, I'm confused for that reason.
There's one really important thing to note about Alan's Mafia play when he was really strong against Unctious and he was Mafia. That was the one game that we've had where Mafia was allowed to talk in Mafia chat more than just names and confirm.
But there wasn't much chatter going on. It was pretty minimal.
I think.
It was pretty minimal. Julian, could you sit up? I can't see anything but your eyes.
I'm sorry, it's fucking hot, dude.
And I don't even recognize your eyes without
Yeah,
yellow.
well, could you tilt? But you got to find some common ground here.
Could you put the gun?
I don't know what to do, Neil. Get me a fan.
Tilt your monitor, tilt your webcam.
All my reads are different. I can't read him without
put some phone
this.
books under your chair. Take
Oh,
your
Lord,
shirt
it's
off. I don't
hot.
care.
Take your shirt off.
Yes,
Oh,
well, no one's gonna see anything below your neck anyway.
Okay, formal Neil. What's up, Neil?
Formal? Is this a real formal or are you joking?
No, this is a real formal because I'm tired of this day going nowhere.
1 second, please. Jason has been mod killed.
Okay.
Town wins?
So, no? So I'm hearing the formal. Just letting you know.
Formal on me. I'm Town. I've been making lots of pro Town plays. This is the best Town I've played possibly ever outside of a live event. If you're seriously going to try and kill me right now, you're crazy. That's my entire defense.
Okay, so we can do votes or
does anybody have anything else to say for or against Neil at this point?
Yeah, why are you trying to kill somebody? Like
I'm not trying to
10
kill
minutes
him. I'm
in?
trying to get people fucking
Why are you
talking.
pulling it
I
out?
actually think Neil is Town. I'm not gonna vote for him.
I actually think he is too.
He's been pretty quiet, but yeah.
Hold on.
I think we should go to a vote.
Go ahead, Kwame.
Hold on. I'm trying to get my thing back up.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, calm down, man.
Dude, it's just a game.
Okay. No. I wanted to actually say, we're gonna vote on Neil. I want to say something as far as it has actually nothing to do with Neil, but
Then you don't say it.
okay.
Yeah, it's formal
I'll
on
say
me
that
right now.
after
So,
vote.
are you going to a vote, Unctious?
No, I'm waiting for people to fucking talk. Rescind. Now what's next? Can we fucking talk? Hey, Jason, what's
Oh,
next?
Jason. Hannah, what are we gonna do?
Jason's still disconnected, and he has missed the entire time. Oh wait, Jason just got back. Jason, here. Give me do a 1 minute talk as fast as you can about anything, and we'll see if it's worth it. Basically.
What do you mean?
What?
We're gonna vote.
You're talking for your mod kill life.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna vote on mod kill.
Wow,
Okay.
that's the
Pretty
worst.
much.
That's the worst from
You
what I've
have to
ever
prove
had.
that even though you missed the whole day, you still know enough to stay in.
Prove to me your Town. Go.
No, not Town. We are not judging on
Yeah,
Town.
I know
We're
it's-
judging on if he still is up to date enough to stay in.
Okay. Cartoon's dead. That's what I see right now. He was one of the strongest Town I had when in my side with Neil, who I also lost Town, even though he was put there in this list to kill, like Fart Speak or something. I think he's good Town. I think he's going for the right people. And people that didn't talk much, Kiwi and Kiyoemi and Julian Collins didn't talk much, and the people that I was keeping an eye on, and I don't know if they spoke more on this day or not, but
They didn't.
They're the same people that like should be after. Anchus, I don't know what you've been doing, but last couple of days you've been doing bad, and I think like you're the next person that would want to kill after Rob, and after that, if not for the people that didn't talk much, would be Jonathan just for the dumb shit he said so far. I think Eric's pushing in the right direction along with Jason, and Alan. I mean, I don't know, just what I said about you before. How when people ask you to say something, you don't say something. Like even though you give your reads, you don't give reads. Just say, I have a Mafia read on X person because of X, and it's really short. It doesn't give you information for us to work on what you have to say and what you think about the goal game. And it's like that's why people keep asking you to speak, and then you think you spoke but you didn't say anything. I think that's what I have to say about the game.
He's more up to date on this game than I am. I say you can say.
We're gonna vote on how up to date he is for it. Okay.
I think he's good to stay. Jason,
he's obviously fine. He's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's fine.
Jason, how were you so fast to know that it was Carlton that died? Like, I mean, that's
He's
ballers.
Because just so that I'll say just because just that I said the two people that I had the most in my town circle was Neil and Carlton, and then when Hannes told me to speak, like I looked to the people that I then I looked to both of them, see Neil was fine and Carlton wasn't here, so.
okay. I'm just thinking like if I just reconnected, that wouldn't be the first thing I'd be doing. I'd be
I'm
like,
like,
Who died?
Okay, first of all, we aren't judging on what he is. We're judging on what he knows.
yeah, I know.
Everyone said he's
Right, and the
The
format is
fact
still
that he's
on
able
you.
to do that means that we've gotten nowhere today, which means that we need to fucking move this game along.
Yeah, there's a formal on. Oh wait, are we gonna vote to keep or kick him?
Keep on.
I am very.
Vote if you would like him to stay.
Okay.
So like him to stay.
So this is not based on whether or not you think he's Mafia or Town or Jester
to
or
stay.
whatever. This is
Yeah,
based
it's
on
fine.
We're fine.
Okay.
Okay.
How good are we on Kimball?
No, there's a formal on me right now.
No, there's a formula.
No, I
still
rescinded.
formal.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
How good are we on
Who put a
Kimball right
promo
now?
on
I'm
Neil?
going to say the same thing that I said last time, last week, which was a pro-town move, despite the fact that I was Mafia. This game has gone nowhere, and that has to do with quiet people. That is a quiet people thing. This game has gone nowhere. We've been after the same people from the beginning of the fucking game.
I feel like we've made progress.
I'm going after a quiet guy right now.
Right, I'm gonna formal Kiwi. Two things. One, he's been quiet, and two, he hasn't been taking this game very seriously. And I know Kiwi likes to joke around, but I think when you're Mafia, you take it even less seriously because there's not a lot of pressure to figure things out. It's more like you're biding your time and you're trying to not make mistakes. So no, I don't think Kiwi is Mafia, but he could be. And he's been like really passing things off up until like maybe the end of yesterday. So if we're gonna go for quiet people, I would put him over Jonathan.
You think he's more Mafia than Unctuous?
I think his behavior deserves to be punished more.
I was Mafia.
I hear the formal on Kiwi.
I'm
Kiwi
gonna
gets
speak.
to do his defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak.
Oh man.
First couple days, yeah, sure, I wasn't serious because they weren't fucking serious. They were stupid. First day was hypnotist. Bullshit. I already said that. Second day, very clear cut. Cop comes out, kill the Mafia. Could have been Miller. Maybe. So what? Still, the numbers are in our favor. For the rest of the time, I've been serious. I found the Rob stuff funny, but like from then on, I'm still serious. I've been asking questions about people. I'm not like making jokes about people. To kill me because I'm not, you think I'm not serious? You even said it yourself in your accusation. You're not like, oh, I don't necessarily think you're Mafia, but blah, blah, blah. That's really fucked up. And that's the way that Town's going to lose the game. So why the hell are you trying to kill Town right now?
I don't agree with Jason. I feel like out of the quiet people, Tempo would be my first to kill out of them.
And what about
Agreed.
What about Alan as a quiet person? I don't know. Just worth bringing
What
up.
about Kimball as a quiet person?
Kimball's been super quiet. I'd be down to kill
This,
Kimball.
this formal's on
Kimball
Kiwi.
was playing pro
And I'm
Kimball.
not going to
Kiwi,
rescind.
please.
You're not going to rescind?
I'm not going to rescind.
Okay, don't vote for me.
Before
You're
I go
throwing
to
it
vote,
down.
before I go to vote, since I wasn't here, I wanted to just from two people, just Neil and Eric, just you two. I know it's a promo, just because I wasn't here, just you two about this.
You want about Kiwi?
Okay,
So, yeah, just because I wasn't here, so like.
I'll go first. I think that Kiwi is Townish. I think Kimball was quick to call the formal on him when I was starting to put accusations on him. And that annoys me if least and is suspicious at worst.
Neil.
I think Kiwi is a massive unknown. I think he could easily be Mafia, but he could also easily be Town. I would say we should go ahead and punish it if there weren't already so many other people who we could punish for the same thing. Tempo reads a little bit more Mafia to me than Kiwi does. And Jonathan is just kind of all over the place. Alan's, as Unctuous has been saying, Alan's on the quiet side, but that's kind of how he plays, and I'm not a big fan of it. So there's 4 people I would like to kill for not being active enough, and then I want to kill Unctuous because I think he's Mafia. So of the 5 people that I would be happy killing today, I would rather go with Unctuous over Kiwi.
I think in Kiwi's defense then, I think I'd rather go for a person that people think is Mafia than going for the quiet people. I'm okay with killing quiet people as well, and I think it's like we should kill the quiet people. But if you have someone that you like, most of the town think is Mafia, you're not gonna punish the town person instead of the Mafia. If anything, we formal until to see how the vote goes, because if enough people don't think it is, then he's gonna be safe. But or else, like, if people think he's Mafia, he should be dead instead of the quiet people.
You know what I think? We should probably reward quiet Mafia members. We should probably reward them more because we haven't done that enough for the past 10 weeks. We should probably continue rewarding quiet Mafia players and let the town fuck each other over. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to reward them more. I'm ready to put more cookies in their mouth.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else to say about
I do.
I would. Okay.
You can go.
I just wanted to ask. Yeah, no, I wanted to ask you though. I know you've said like, you stated the first things that happened in the first couple of days, but I want to ask you, do you have any reads? Are there any people that you actually see that would read Mafia, or is there anything that you want to?
Okay, so I didn't vote for Rob, so I wasn't really feeling Rob as Mafia. One thing, because I said I wasn't going to vote, then he did his final little spiel, and at the end of that, it sounded really Mafia because he pretty much went after all the quiet people and all the people that had already had suspicion thrown on them. Me, Jonathan, Alan, and I believe Tempo. So I was kind of unsure about that. I liked what Eric was saying, like about making the vote close, and that's how we get the most information. Like, if I was going to choose anyone as town, it would be Eric at this stage because I think he's playing the right way. I've been suspicious of Neil, actually, and I'm sure that's not going to get a lot of favor from a lot of people, but
I'm with that, though. I like that.
It was, it kind of came up when, at the very start of, I think, day 3, Jonathan was popping a lot of flack, and very little had been said, but there was blame being shifted onto Jonathan. Neil said amongst the commotion that I think he's just playing shitty town. To me, that seems as somewhat suspicious because generally, if you had that kind of feeling, you'd wait to hear what other people said rather than getting on board defending someone which you wouldn't necessarily have a very strong town read about.
Wait, so I'm sorry, I missed that. I wasn't paying that much attention. You said I said someone was just playing shitty town?
You said Jonathan.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you were talking that. Yeah, okay, continue.
So, like, that, I found that play to be suspicious. I don't know. I'm still kind of suspicious. I'm not totally suspicious. There's some things Neil does that I agree with, some I don't. His questioning of Eric for his voting patterns on Rob, I didn't like. I found that to be suspicious, and he seemed to be picking on kind of easy targets. That being said, other than that, like, I don't have much on Julian, Alan. Like, I really don't like Kimball's formal with me because
I want to kill Kimball. Yeah, I like that.
You're going to formal someone that not because they're okay. I'm all for killing Bad Town, but I feel like I've spoken up definitely a lot more. Days 1 and 2, I said fucking nothing, of course. So that was like terrible, but they were stupid days. From then on, I've definitely said more and been more involved, and I don't feel like it's fair to say that I haven't taken it seriously. So that accusation doesn't sit well with me. The final thing I'd like to point out was that Unctious seemed to be really happy when Jason came back. I didn't catch anyone else's reaction, but I noticed like this kind of like, oh, Jason's back on Unctious's face.
Loves me.
So well, that's because Unctious is Jason's best friend.
Maybe he's his Mafia friend. Maybe Unctious was happy that a good town player came back. I'm just saying that should be something to note because it was quite apparent in something that happened.
So I actually am going to rescind. I wish you hadn't pointed out the fact that you didn't like me, but I suppose that's fair. There were 2 reasons why I wanted to formal you. One was to get you to talk more, which you did plenty, and like what you said was all just fine. And 2, I was gonna let it go to vote because I wanted to try and pull out, like, I didn't think it would pass, but I want to try and pull out some Mafia going. But I'm pretty convinced that if I let it go to vote, that we're just not going to learn anything.
I feel like no one would have voted for that. So why would you
exactly?
Can we?
We've learned so much.
Yeah, I
right
feel
now.
like no one would have voted once people started talking. But I initially formaled him with the intent of letting it go to a vote to see, like, because if Mafia felt it was like 50-50, then Mafia would go in with some votes, and if like then we could maybe learn something.
I'm gonna formal Kimball because he's been quiet for a really long time until somebody called him out.
We just
You gave your reason.
Look at this.
Look at your defense.
Why is everybody upset with this? I don't understand what's going on.
Neither do I.
I wanted to ask him to.
So do you want to say more than just I've been really quiet? Because I haven't really been quiet like all game at all.
I think
That's
this is
a blatant lie.
bad formal.
That's a blatant lie.
Yeah. So I was hard on you. I was hard on Rob. I spoke up against the people that were defending Jonathan, and then I spoke up in favor of the people that were defending Jonathan for the right reasons, including defending Jonathan myself. I spoke up for Alan. I put a formal on you yesterday, which I quickly rescinded because we decided to go after Rob. I haven't been quiet at all. And you, I've been putting a lot of pressure on you. You put this whole like, oh, Kimball's like in my town read last turn, which I feel is a way of trying to garner my favor, so I would lay off of you. But I have not been quiet at all.
You have absolutely been quiet for a really long time now.
I was quiet while the formal on Kiwi was going, so I could listen to everyone and watch the responses.
No, prior to the formal on Kiwi, you were quiet for a hugely long time.
I feel like Unctuous is just putting a formal on Kimball, so we don't formal him first.
Yeah.
Rescind.
So.
I
No,
want this game
don't
to fucking
rescind.
go somewhere.
Okay,
I
want to hear.
I have
Formal on Unctuous.
Oh, damn it! I was
I
gonna.
hear formal and unctuous.
You guys, why
Can we
did
not
you
do this?
get
Like,
No. I think it's Alan and Kimball.
I heard the formal on unctuous.
I'm down for Alan and Kimball super hardcore.
I
think
still
it's
heard the
Alan.
formal on
Definitely
unctuous.
Rescind.
Right?
Oh my god.
I can't. Well, what am I gonna do if
I trust Eric. I trust Eric.
I don't
Neil
rescind, I
had
get
something he wanted to say
Neil
before
did
my
have
formal.
something to say.
Yeah, I
heard
think
Aaron
Tempo's
say
super
Neil.
fucking
Julian has
sketchy.
something to say, and his hand's been up for a long time.
Okay, you can speak after Neil.
I think
go, Neil.
Tempo's super fucking sketchy. I think Tempo's the sketchiest guy here, and I think he's topped my list now. He's acting which one of you guys were at MLG Anaheim?
I was there. I saw that shit.
You saw, he's acting exactly like he was when he was Mafia at Anaheim. When he was faking being drunk, well, he was kind of drunk, but when he was like faking being blackout drunk, when he wasn't, and he kept kind of like rambling and going in circles and like addressing things that were like way in the past and like talking without saying much. He's acting exactly like he was when he was Mafia at MLG Anaheim, and it's he won because everyone was like, oh, he's town, he's Tempo, he's town, he's town, he's town. He's fucking Mafia.
I'm not Mafia.
That deflection.
Wow, that's a solid watertight defense.
I don't understand what you're
okay,
trying to
so
do here,
like,
dude. I don't
what
understand
I
what
want to
you're
know, yeah, my thing is, what do you mean? Like, what am I doing that is similar to it? Is what I'm.
Okay, so what you're doing is when you've been speaking, you've been talking about a lot of things from the first to second round. On more than one occasion, you've brought up the whole chef hypnotist thing, and you brought up the fake cop Ryan thing more than anyone else has. After like partway through day 3, people had stopped it, and then you brought it up a few times later in that day 3, and I think you brought it up once this day. And when you talk, you tend to kind of go in circles in the same way that you were at MLG Anaheim. And this is based mostly on my experience with you at Anaheim. So, based on that, I think you're really freaking sketchy.
I agree with your assessment because when he was giving his reads, he didn't have like any substantial evidence at all.
No.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree that it wasn't substantial, and I was giving my reads just on behavior that I had seen. Hold on. Okay, so I was giving my reads based on like just behavior that I'd seen. I brought it up saying that people that I had actually thought or any type of suspicion that I had of them were this type of behavior that they were using, like the whole time bringing that up, the chef thing and the Ryan thing. I just brought that up for those cases to reinforce that fact that people that we were suspicious of actually show that same similar behavior. Also, I didn't. What was I'm trying to say? I didn't want to like throw anybody under the bus. Like I didn't want to when I thought about Eric and I told about how he was playing, how I can't even think about like how to like say it, but it does sound really sketchy, doesn't it? But
see what I mean? Talking in circles, not saying anything. It's
It is
exactly
more,
what he was doing at
it is more
Anaheim.
so because I am confused a bit, but
I'm
I mean,
cool. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, my whole thing was that when I was bringing up those type of details, I didn't mean to do it to try to confuse. I was just laying it out there and saying the people that I had actually had suspicions of were the ones that were bringing those up. So me bringing it up kind of does reinforce it to an extent. So I'm sorry if that caused confusion in that sense, but
Didn't cause confusion, just reads Mafia. Now, I think someone else had formaled someone, but I wanted to bring that up.
Julian had something to say.
Julian had something to say.
Yeah, no formals. I actually do agree with Neil in that sense, but I think that there are stronger Mafia reads out there.
Who?
Like who?
Alan reads super strong Mafia to me.
Yeah, he does. That's what I like to hear.
But in the same sense, so do you, Unctious?
So does you, Unctious.
That's fine, dude. I read.
Here's the thing.
Mafia means that I'm not Mafia. When was the last time that I was Mafia that I read Mafia super strong?
The only reason I want to say
game.
this. I want to say this. Every time that I've tried to like talk, I guess my mic has been overpowering because it's a brand new mic, so it's like I'm trying to still figure this shit out. And I don't want to be talking over everybody, so that's the way I'm the only one being heard. The reason why I feel Unctious is like reading some Mafia right now is because he's pushing so hard to just get this thing out of here. It's like we're still not. He's like, okay, formal this guy. Okay, rescind, whatever. Like he's just kind of like whatever he's gonna go with whatever. That's what's bugging me.
Yeah,
Alan hasn't really. Alan really hasn't done much for the town other than deflection onto other people.
Can I get a time on how long we've been in the day so far?
It's been so long.
half an hour.
Eric.
Yeah.
Okay.
40 minutes.
So here's what's going on. We're gonna get
What's
one
going
more
on?
formal, and it better be fast, and then we're gonna go to sleep.
All right,
Okay,
Eric.
I don't like what you just said,
I
Julian.
think that's
Let me
pretty
speak.
like unfair
Game's been
to
so
say
long.
one more formal and that's it.
No, I mean it's fair. I've been connected for so
There's
long.
been 4 formals today.
Modest
I've
What
been-
else are you gonna get?
I just want to say this. I've been connected for so long, and now I'm back, and I see nothing has changed. Still town going in circle, and Eric is still with Neil. You're still my strong style. And just want to say, Eric, just formal between Alan and Unctious and Tempo is the three the one that like I read bad, and I'll just formal one of them. Let's see how the vote goes. Let's vote.
So I'm sketchy on all three of those as well.
Then go for one, and let's get some real information. See how it goes.
Does anyone think that Unctious is a town? Does anyone read Unctious as town?
If I don't read town, I'm probably town. That's what
Okay.
everyone tells me
If
all
no
the
one
time.
reads him as town, I think he is the safe vote for tonight. If we're going to kill someone, I think Unctious is the one we all agree on is Mafia. Does anyone feel
I'm
otherwise?
very uncomfortable with Neil leading this charge.
Okay, well,
Okay,
I'm just trying to get
I'll
something
lead
done
then.
because Hannah is trying to get the day over. So
I'll
Okay,
lead.
so
I'll lead. I'll formal Unctious right now. Formal
Kimball,
Unctious.
Alan,
No.
and Neil are the people.
Everyone-
No. Jason, come for it.
No. Okay. I was gonna let Eric do it. Eric.
That's
I'm
Alan.
gonna formal Alan.
Yes.
Do you have
Formal
an
on
accusation?
Alan because
Your accusation is that you're shady as fuck.
That's a good.
Any
why
actual
you can pin the blame on people other than you or the vocal people
Can you
all
stop
game.
talking now? The formal was put by Eric, by the way. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to finish. Okay.
No,
think-
because
I
I get
think
to
there's a
talk.
strong
That's
case
how it works.
I think there's a strong case that it may be you, Kimball, potentially Unctious or Neil, but I think you and Kimball are the two safest picks right now.
Is it because you think like we were like backing each other for being Mafia together, or
Yes.
okay?
And you guys have been doing a fair share of deflecting, and I just don't like the vibe I'm getting from you guys, honestly.
Okay, I just want to say I hate the word deflecting, which is why I also was going to say why I hate that Julian said that, because normally he would say that it's not deflecting, it's just giving you reads, and he also hates when people use like bandwagoning or deflecting because that's just your reads. Like if that's just what it is. But I don't like that. Anyways, let's not do that. I don't think I've been particularly like backing Kimball at all. And shut your fucking face, Unctious, because you're a fucking drunk bitch. Anyways, I don't think that I've been particularly like backing Kimball at all. Like I said, he wasn't safe. I don't know why you would say that I was backing him. When he brought up Kiwi, I said that I wouldn't kill Kiwi. I'd rather kill someone like Tempo because he's much more suspicious. So I don't know where you're getting this from at all. And if you could tell me, I could, defend better.
So, if you're done with your defense and we moved on to the comments phase.
Well, I want to know what Eric is referring to specifically, so I can address it specifically.
Like I said, just the basic tone of the game. You were quick to jump on Jonathan, and I've seen a link between you and Kimball.
But what's the link? Like I haven't been agreeing with him the entire time.
I beg to differ. I have that in my notes that you have been.
Well, what do you have? That's what I'm asking. Like,
dude,
what
I
is the specific note?
I don't write down the transcript. I just note down when somebody agrees with somebody else.
Well,
so do you have
say, like?
You don't
like. I don't understand your accusation.
Don't help then at all.
Yeah, you should be like, okay, Kimball was accusing this person, and Alan jumped on. Not.
Yep.
They just agreed on some random thing. Like,
because you're gonna remember that part.
Agreeing on the defense. Look at you. You're even agreeing on the defense. Like nobody else is saying anything except for you.
That's logical. Like you're supposed to write down what they're agreeing on. Like
I agree with Alan completely right now, and I wasn't saying anything. Like you said that I haven't noticed a connection between Alan and Kimball at all.
Has anybody else? Because I have.
So can I speak on that point?
I put a point where I disagreed with Kimball, so you didn't refute that at all.
So
I'll say about in Alan's.
I want to take it to the vote.
Yeah, we can go to the vote. I just want to say on Alan's.
I have things to say. Jason, go ahead, and then I'll say mine.
Just want to say about Alan's that I don't see a connection. I didn't see a connection the 2 days that I was here, but still, I want to vote for you. But by your shadiness, by the way you've been acting, by the way you defended yourself, by the way when people pushed for you, what you had to say was not town enough to me. You didn't read town the way you said it and how you said it when you went after Jonathan and after Anjus. And the read I got out of that is not a town read, and I didn't see the whole extent of. That's what I'm saying. But I don't even see a connection with Kimbo. I'm just saying I don't even see a connection. I don't even think Kimbo is that bad.
That's what I was
think you are, and that's what I see.
Me for.
And that's why I'm going to vote for you. That's what I have to say.
I understand.
Kimball.
Okay, so to address what Eric said, during day 2, I came out in support of Alan when there was a lot of this back and forth, right? Claiming that he didn't seem to be acting like Mafia because he wasn't fussing like his Mafia bros like he normally does. Okay, at no point did Alan return that favor in support of me. So I disagree with your connection there, Eric. That being said, I haven't made statements in Alan's favor in 2 days. I brought his name up during my defense, saying that I had done a active move in defending him early on. He has been really quiet for the last 2 days. I am not ready to call him Mafia, but I'm not still getting a super solid read, but I think there are much better people like Unctious to be going after today. The fact that both you and Unctious want to kill Alan, and I think you're on board with killing me as well, is making me suspicious of you, Eric, but I've been getting a pretty good town read off of you all day. So I would just like to argue for you to reconsider Alan in favor for now, in favor of a better kill like Unctious.
Unctious.
I'm okay.
I'm in favor.
You would rather kill Alan than Unctious?
Absolutely.
I'd rather kill Unctious than Alan.
This is the only formal for the day before you go to sleep.
Okay, that's not fair.
Right, let's just kill Alan.
You guys have had 5 formals
God
today?
is God.
That's not fair.
And it's been 50 minutes for the day. And I said it before you did the formal. So you can listen.
Right, can we go to vote?
I'm ready for
it. Anyone has anything else to say about Alan? Let's just vote. Alan, do you have anything else to say?
I'm down. We're good.
Does somebody else, Jonathan, has something to say?
I had a point of order. I just wanted to know if Alan was cut me off because it was his turn to speak, or because I was.
Yes, it was my turn to speak. I got formal. That's how it works.
So
formal.
okay. Sorry.
I have one question for Alan before we go to vote, if we have time. How do you feel about Kimball? If you die tonight, how do you feel about Kimball?
I would kill. Okay, let me put it this way: the 3 people that I would kill would be Unctious, Tempo, and Kimball.
Okay.
In that order? Or does it matter the order?
Yes.
What reason for each? Just
Why don't we
strong
just
Mafia
why don't we just kill Kimball instead, or is that not an option?
Well, we
I mean,
can't
that's not
otherwise
This is our last.
That's just that's just from
Mod made very clear this is our last format.
Well, I think Alan's a good
Thanks,
kill
Edward.
regardless. So if we have no choice, I think we should go with this.
Can we vote?
If I die tonight, please look at Unctious tomorrow.
Okay, voting 3, 2, 1. Okay, everyone go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad.
Okay, everyone please wake up except for Eric.
Whoa.
We are down to 8.
That was unexpected.
That would unexpected.
Eric was town as fuck, dude. He
Why
was
No, Eric was my
game. Are you kidding?
Eric was my secret internal Mafia read that I didn't want to tell anyone about.
He was town as fuck.
Good.
dude.
Good thing you didn't tell anyone. It was way off.
Yeah, I
I
was way
think-
off on that.
The only thing I
feel
didn't
like-
like was like pushing for. I mean, I don't know. I hadn't been here the last day, but
Okay,
based on the information I had in the
feel
first
like-
2 days, like pushing for Jason. That's
so here's what I see.
You got 20
Eric's
minutes
dead. He was pushing really hard on Ellen and Kimball. I think rather than the obvious play that Mafia was like, oh, he's onto us, let's kill him, another Mafia killed Eric so that people would say, oh, it was obviously Ellen and Kimball, etc. Kill them. That's what
My biggest suspicion is still on Unctious, so
Yeah.
I would
It
like to
has
talk
been.
about that a little bit, or talk about other people.
Mhm.
Like-
Let's
I would-
talk about Tempo then.
I'd like to
Yeah,
talk about
I was
Tempo
gonna
and
say I would
Julian.
like to ask. Okay,
What?
I want to. I'll bring back from before. I want to ask you, Neil. From your previous suspicions of Unctious, who was like your number one, until I guess my circular logic and what you say. But is there anything been changing between your opinions on him?
So,
I don't know if he just sort of
No,
pushed it under, or
what
don't
I
really
felt is
care about
that-
it anymore, or
what I felt was that day 1 and day 2, Unctious fucked up big time, and gave a lot of heavy Mafia reads,
part
and
of
then he
that.
did a lot of backpedaling to try and cover his tracks. And after partway through day 2, he did a good job of starting to play pro town again. But he started out the game being bad, like, you know, looking like he was Mafia, and since then he's gotten his shit together. So now he looks pretty clean, but he
Nothing I
started
said
out
has
pretty
changed.
bad.
Nothing I said has changed. That's the thing. Like it
No,
was pro town then.
The topics
and
that
it's
we were
still pro-town
discussing,
now.
no, the topics we were discussing in the first 2 days were very, very different than what we were discussing now. They were highly focused on Chef and on
Chef,
Ryan and on
Tim,
Tim.
and Ryan.
And it was that's all that we talked about day 1 and 2. We didn't talk about anything else. And that's when you dropped the ball and read Super Mafia to me. And now you read Pretty Town, but I still remember that you read really freaking Mafia, and you've like managed to get your shit together and start playing as a town now. And so I'm still really freaking, suspicious of you.
That's right.
But I'm also suspicious of Tempo highly. And Julian was at first trying to say some stuff in the beginning, and then just kind of slipped into the background. And
last round or at the beginning of the day or of the...
just kind of in general, like you've been slowly disappearing from the conversation. You're not gone from the conversation, but you have been waning in it. So I'm still pretty sketched out by Unctuous.
So if you're going to go for someone quiet, then I'd rather go for Tempo than.
You'd rather go for Tempo than
for Julian. Yeah, if you you're saying that the Julian is only because he's been quiet, and based on information that I have.
I just have a gut feeling that I can't place on Julian. It's pretty minor. It's not. I wouldn't be ready to lynch him right anytime soon, but there is something that just rubs me the wrong way about him.
Okay, you have two people.
Mine will be really quick.
Go for it. We only have 20 minutes.
You have 5 seconds.
I just want to say, at some point, I want to discuss the previous day's vote and potentially everyone's thoughts on the killing. At some point, everyone else.
What do you mean? Give thoughts on the what?
We can come back to it. I think Julian had his hand up.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. I just want to clarify what you just said. Do you want to talk about the votes that killed Alan?
Yes, I want to talk about both Eric being killed and the Alan votes.
Everyone pretty much voted for Alan, besides people like
yeah.
Okay, fine.
No, I voted. Everyone.
Who thought Alan was Mafia? Raise your hand if you thought Alan was Mafia.
Why are we going through this if he's already dead?
Because everyone voted. When that happens this late, it means he's not Mafia. Because Mafia voted as well.
I would say I'm going to say
agree with that.
I'm going to say with the risk of people
not
better, but if I were Mafia,
I think that's like
if
less.
I were Mafia, that's bad.
But it would be more obvious if
I was Mafia. If he was Mafia, he was Mafia. Why wouldn't I vote for him? Like he was in the shopping block so heavily.
Because if
he's saying Mafia would vote.
No. So here's the deal.
Even
if he's Mafia, fellow Mafia players cannot vote for him. And then there's no discussion. If the vote passes or doesn't pass, doesn't matter. We go to night phase, someone dies, and then the conversation usually shifts away from who voted into, oh my god, who died? Well, what does that mean? So I think Kiwi is onto something here, where if Alan was actually Mafia players could probably have gotten away with not voting for him and then just seeing how it went.
Well, except for the fact that
how many votes do you need to pass to lynch someone right now?
More than 50%.
Everyone's going to vote because this is the only lynch we have today. So even if you I wasn't convinced that he was Mafia, but I was going to vote on him because it's better to go on some suspicion than just to go to sleep.
Yeah.
If we don't have a cop.
I have something to say. We are 8 people right now. Assuming we killed 2 Mafias at least. Are we to the point that we would rather sleep than lynch someone before going to
I don't think that's
we don't have a call.
I don't believe that we can necessarily assume 2 Mafias. I think Chef, fine. Ryan, no. I'm wishy-washy. Rob, no. Alan?
So you think you got everything wrong?
Not really.
If there's 3 Mafia left,
Oh, we didn't get everything right.
If there's 3 Mafia left, this is miss, lynch, or lose.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm concerned about.
But if there's 3 Mafia left,
if there's 3 Mafia,
there's 3 Mafia left.
No, if there's 3 Mafia and we sleep, if 3 Mafia left, isn't it best to sleep then? How many people do we have?
We're just going to lose a town person. I mean, that makes our chance for lynching someone tomorrow better, but I would never say just go to sleep. Yeah, I would say discuss and then maybe vote on sleep. But I would never just say, hey, let's pass out right now.
Yeah, and of course, we'd have to vote for it.
So it's miss, lynch, or lose today.
Yes.
Tomorrow, if they kill someone, it's lynch or lose, right?
If we sleep now, tomorrow it is lynch or lose. If we...
Today is miss, lynch, or lose.
It's only lynch and lose tomorrow if there are 3 Mafia. If
everything went how I wanted it to go, Kimball would die tonight. Needle would die tomorrow. That is what I would do.
Right, as a Mafia.
That is what I would do.
You don't get a Mafia read on Neil at all.
It's because I'm
I
not.
don't get a Mafia read on Neil, only because...
I kind of do.
You do?
How so?
Like I said, I explained it yesterday in detail in my form.
Okay.
Tempo, what do you think about Neil?
I'm just confused about the whole he's getting off of Unx's back so easily. I know I keep bringing that up, but there was I don't know. There was a point where literally he was like, let's get him, and he's cleaning his act up over time. But I mean, obviously I have some sort of not animosity, but
some sort of shit on your head
because I have a lot of shit in my head. But I'm a little irked, obviously, because
I just want to hear about Neil. Just want to get everyone information on Neil now, because that means something for my town.
I don't read Neil as Mafia, but I just find it a little annoying that I think he let like Unx's off the hook so easily. In my opinion, I still have a suspicion for Unx's right now. As well as even Jonathan right now, just because of I guess he's kind of playing similar to me in the sense that it's like pretty bad town to an extent. I admit I'm not playing my best town right now, but I think that whole getting rid of bad town is good. So if I would think of getting rid of either Unxus, myself, or Jonathan, but
what do you have to say, Julian?
Off of straight up
me or Julian?
Julian. Because I know what to say about Neil already, Jonathan. Just want to hear Julian.
I've been actually I've had a pretty town read on Neil for a while now, so I've kind of trusted. He's actually been in my like town corner for a while, so I've been kind of like listening to what he's had to say, and I still stick to what I was saying last round with Unxus kind of pushing the votes in certain directions, and he hasn't been doing that this round, which is weird.
Did you not just hear me say if everything went my way, I would kill?
No, I did. That was like if everything went your way. But you're like last round, you were like, let's fucking kill someone. Formal this guy. No, fuck that. Rescind it. Back like you
opinion. It's another to be actively trying to act on.
Yeah, but that was like decent amount.
You're like this is what would happen if I was in charge of everything.
You're being so defensive this game, Monk. Just like literally everything that we say, making comments on you.
How can you not be defensive when everybody is accusing you?
Well,
what do you want me to do?
Yeah, you just seem hyper defensive.
Yeah,
like Julian is actually trying to support you right now. I feel, and
I mean, and just I would say that he was one of the most not down to me. But something I learned from Mango a couple of games ago is that when you have someone that you really think it's down, and you have to go with that person, or else you're gonna lose the game. And right now, Neil is the person that takes the most down right now. And if he's backing out of Unxus because something he saw. No, I'll be okay backing out of Unxus as well.
I'm not backing out of Unxus.
That's what I got out of you.
Yeah.
You said that he's shifted from really Mafia to more town now.
Yeah.
And I didn't see what happened, and I'm just putting my trust in you because I feel that you're town. So, and even though I don't trust Unxus as much, I'm just gonna go with trust in the person that I think is town right now. So,
hey, I don't want
the amount that you trust me right now scares me. How much you just professed your trust for me makes me really uncomfortable. Does that make anyone else uncomfortable? How much you trust me? Have you ever known Jason?
I probably don't. I don't trust you as much as he does, but I do trust. I do trust you to an extent.
I trust Neil to an extent because he's been playing town positive all game. On the other hand, though, I feel like
that counts as pro town.
I feel really bad that I cut off Julian, by the way. Julian was talking. I cut off Julian.
It's okay. I don't want to I don't want to interrupt with this loud ass microphone.
Oh, you're literally perfect right now. Your microphone is like what it is.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
I don't know. I still think.
I don't understand what you have against what I said, Neil, because everyone besides Huey said that
wasn't Jonathan just talking and everyone's cutting him off?
I don't know.
I was talking and then everybody cut me off, and then
everyone's cutting everyone off. I don't know whose turn it is to talk.
Okay, let's all take a pause and then someone go first and we'll do it. Nice.
Jonathan, I'd love to hear what Julian had to finish.
Julian finished and Jonathan. And then someone else.
I'll just make it short and I'll give you my reads. I think Unxus is up there with one of my top Mafia reads. The other one is still Jonathan. I'm just not convinced that he's put enough effort into like being town to like he's not helping us. It's like everything.
Julian, that's a fair read. I'm sorry.
Are you done, Julian?
No.
No, I just had to throw my papers and my notes and exaggeration. Anyway, I'm just trying to say that like he's still one of my top Mafia reads because of how little he's provided. He's skating under the radar. Nobody, like, we went after him at the beginning. It was like, okay, and he was kind of like defensive. And he's like, no, and then he just like.
I can't say anything because the conversation keeps on shifting to other people, and when I try to talk, I get cut off. So what I'm saying right now is that Tempo made a really pro-Mafia move because he's stalling out the clock. We have 20 minutes to make a kill. Nobody has said anything worth of value. All we've been doing is playing freaking pin the tail on the donkey on one another. So if someone's stalling out the clock, we lynch him.
I actually said Unctious. I've literally stuck on Unctious this whole time, and I said straight up.
Tunnel vision.
Okay, let's hear.
Not tunnel. I'm just saying.
Tunnel vision is what's costing us the game. We're focusing on.
Hands up if you're like on Unctious for main Mafia raid. Hands up.
You're taking a vote, basically?
Wait, are we voting? Let's just fucking vote if you're going to play that game.
Yeah, if you're going to vote, let's vote. But
you can't get like a...
Wait. I disconnected for a second. Who had their hands up?
No, nobody did, because if you're going to fucking vote.
You can't draw consensus from everything. You can't just be like, who's going to vote for this person? Okay, formal that guy, because we're all just going to get rid of him.
Okay, fine. I'll explain what I'm saying, because it sounds like every single person is saying Unctious, and we know there are still Mafia in the game. So if every single person is saying like Unctious, something's going wrong, because Mafia's normally not that quick to sell out their teammate.
Have you played Alan before?
Are you saying Unctious, Kiwi?
I'm a bit choppy at the moment for internet.
Are you wanting to kill Unctious? So everyone wants to kill Unctious except for you.
What he's saying is that everybody wants to kill me. In his eyes, if everyone wants to kill me, then I probably not Mafia, because there's nobody defending me.
Right, and I'm saying that he is defending you. So in my eyes, that argument looks like he's Mafia.
Yeah. I want you to kill Tempo. I want to put a formal on Tempo because he's been tunnel visioning and stalling the clock.
So you say I formal. You don't say I want to formal.
Yeah.
You want to formal, or are you going to formal?
Tempo.
Are you formaling?
Are you formaling, or do you want to do
Formaling
it?
Tempo now.
There.
I am formaling
Tempo.
Tempo.
Can I have Tempo's defense, please?
All right. I do admit that I have had some extent of tunnel vision as far as focusing on Unctious, but I've also I'm a bit confused. I know that. And I did say to you as well, as far as was before this turn at least, we were kind of similar in the sense where we didn't speak too much or give too much information, or just kind of agreeing, but I never really just agreed with anyone. I'm kind of like giving my own reads on people from what I've gathered. So I'm at least trying to make a move as far as what I think. And my thoughts are going on Unctious simply because of what I said before, because if I say it again, I get grilled for it. But I think that Unctious is Mafia. Before he's always been very, very vocal, obviously. He's very vocal about how he defends himself. And I think that something happened where Neil was on him and then all of a sudden shifted his focus, most likely to get more information on everybody else. But there was just this thing where he like flew into the radar and stopped, like his way of interjecting and being like, oh, yeah, oh, tunnel vision, oh, like every single type of, and I told him that he was deflecting or doing something, but it's also like, maybe it's defensive, I'm using the wrong word, but it's like this overly defensive kind of attitude where every single time it goes to him, it just goes on to somebody else because of how he's like very vocal and he was very loud and he's how he speaks over, but
charismatic.
Maybe it's just that because I'm pretty charismatic too. I understand, but
I like his beard.
Neil has something to say.
I do.
Neil has something to say.
Yeah, but he's defending himself. Calm down.
Yeah. I'm waiting for him to finish his defense before I say something.
All right, I'm finished with my defense, I guess.
I like Tempo for a kill, but I don't think today. I think in Lynch or Lose, Tempo is not the safest kill, and I would like to say that Kiwi has now twice not deflected, but when I've gone after Unctious, this is the second time that he has stepped up to defend Unctious when Unctious has been under the gun.
Okay, Neil, do you think it's suspicious at this point in the game?
This is on tempo. There's a formal on tempo.
I know. That's why I'm saying that I think we should rescind tempo and get Unctious.
It's almost like, Kiwi doesn't think that I'm Mafia or something in a lynch or lose situation. It's almost like he thinks that maybe we should kill somebody else. Isn't that weird?
Okay, wait 1 minute. Jonathan, are you going to rescind or are you going to keep?
I'm going to keep for now.
Okay. So does anyone have anything else to say about tempo?
Tempo's okay, but I'd rather kill Unctious. I think we should. I'm not going to vote for
Okay,
tempo
I
today.
want a reason why, and I'll rescind. You find Unctious more pro-Mafia than Tempo, obviously.
Yeah.
But what, given that he's been doing...
The first 2 rounds, he was super, super sketchy. He's kind of gotten his shit together. And now Kiwi has twice very clearly kind of taken, when I've gone after Unctious, been like, hold on. For the first time he said, I don't trust Neil leading this this charge. And then right here, we were kind of like all going against Unctious, or starting to move on Unctious again. And he was like, hold on, we're all going after Unctious. Clearly that can't be right. Now, he might be town. He might actually think that Unctious is safe, is town. But I'm just saying, no one else has stepped up and defended someone that strongly twice.
Yeah. Like, if there's 2 Mafia, that would make sense. Like, that connection.
That connection makes sense to me. So I would rather kill Unctious and then kill Tempo tomorrow.
Kimball is our best bet right now.
Wait, stop. You just said you thought there was a fucking connection between Unctious and I, and you want to kill Unctious tonight, then Tempo tomorrow? Fuck you. If you think I'm Mafia, you're killing me tomorrow night.
No, I'm not sure about you. I think there's a connection here, but I'm not sure.
Guys, it's not about tempo. Let's go to tempo.
Jonathan,
forget about me, guys.
Do you want the vote or do you want to rescind?
Tempo. Jonathan, can you...
Jonathan, make a fucking decision. Are we voting or not?
I rescind my vote on Tempo.
Okay.
Okay, Neil, explain yourself.
All right.
Okay,
What did you say?
Explain yourself, Neil. If you think there's this fucking strong connection between Unctious and I,
hold on, Anna's trying to say something.
Mod's talking.
Anna.
Sorry.
You're at the 20-minute limit, so kick it up.
Okay, so here's my defense, or here's my reason why I'm not ready to kill you right now. Is that I've been super sketched out by Unctious for a long time. I've been wanting to kill him for a while. I'm seeing a connection between you and Unctious that makes me nervous, but it's not enough for me to think that you are Mafia. I think Unctious is Mafia, and it weirds me out. Like, you going siding with him makes him look more Mafia. It makes you look more Mafia, but it pushes him to the edge of like, wait, I'm pretty sure this guy's Mafia. We should fucking kill him now. Tempo, I still think is more Mafia than you are, but not by much.
Here's your problem. That me defending Unctious only makes him look more Mafia if I am in fact Mafia. And if I am in fact Mafia, then you should be voting me out the next night, not Tempo.
I think Tempo's more Mafia than you are.
Kiwi, can I ask you something?
Julian has something to say.
We're at the 20-minute mark, so we got to do this quick, guys. Go.
We can have 3 Mafias. Can it be all 3 of you, Kiwi?
It could be.
We need to kill Kimball.
It could be all 3 of you.
Kimball is the best choice right now.
Fine, let's
I don't the best choice of you, Unctious.
Give us the reason why, Unctious.
Because he has been wildly quiet. There's not that many people bringing up his name, and that's something to be worried about. Here's Neil doing something that's super, like Neil and I've been saying Neil and Kimball have this like weird thing going on. They're like touching like this, and like I'm tired of the fact that nobody's like bringing attention to the fact that they're on top of each other.
If that's the case, Unctious. If that's the case, Unctious, if that's the case, and you think that Neil and Kimball are like somehow connected, wouldn't the better option be kill Neil?
If you can get people to kill Neil.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like he's going after I just don't agree with that. Like I
trust Neil more than they trust Kimball right now.
Yeah, but people also don't trust you.
Julian, what was your question?
I have to make myself known. I have to make my like. Should I not say anything because people don't trust me?
I actually, all right. I trust Neil, but he's starting to kind of like drift away from me at the moment. He's starting to backpedal off me because he's the whole thing where he's saying like, I'd rather kill Tempo, but I see a connection between these two, and not really a Tempo connection between everybody else. That's what's kind of getting me right now.
It does sound a little strange, but Hannah did say a few minutes ago that we're at the 20-minute mark and that we have to speed things up. So I'm not going to go into the long-winded version of it. I would love to, and if we can get an extension on time, I'd be happy to discuss it at length. But given the time that we have, I would rather kill Unctious.
This is starting to make me think that. This is starting to make me think something different.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering also, why you had the super strong read on me, Neil.
Yeah, you're super sketchy. You're super sketchy.
But
And
I mean,
Unctious is
what's
super
different
sketchy.
about
why-
different about Tempo that's different about like Unctious and
mean?
Kiwi that you've been going after these past like 2 rounds?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I told you, Tempo is acting exactly like he did when he was Mafia MLG Anaheim, to a T. So that's why I think Tempo is Mafia. Unctious, I think, is Mafia because of his actions first and second day, where he was really freaking sketchy. And since then, he has kind of gotten himself a little bit better, but he still feels weird to me. He still feels uncomfortable to me, more so than anyone. So it goes Unctious, Tempo, Kiwi, and then the rest of you guys are all just a blur together. Where I don't.
I agree with you that
I'm gonna be
Kiwi
straight
is
up and
not a
honest right
priority
now.
target. Like,
He's not a
I
priority
really don't
target.
feel.
Kiwi's not a priority target, but Tempo is because he's been stalling out the game. We have one chance to formal someone. Let's do it now. Like I don't understand why we're flipping back and forth between 2 people because
Look,
it's Miss Lynch or lose today. If we make a decision now,
Do we bring up
we get
sleeping?
this over
If
with.
it's lynch or lose, do we bring up sleeping?
No.
I already talked about sleep. People said they rather kill someone.
Neil, I agree with you. I have the same kind of reads for you. My reads right now, I still think Unctious is up there. Tempo's like that. Tempo is like on right in the middle.
Hannah, if you get a formal on person and fails, can you get another one, or are we forced to go to sleep right now? I think she's here. I just want. I don't know if she's here.
She's muted. I'm formally Kimball regardless.
I'm not voting
Because
for
I want to
Kimball.
bring this to a vote, and I want to see what's up. I know
heard
you're not
Kimball.
voting for Kimball. You're Mafia.
Okay, defense.
Can I get an accusation?
Yeah, you've been quiet almost all the time, unless you're accusing me or you're doing the same thing that Neil is doing. I think that there are 2 Mafia members left. I think out of all the people that we've killed, I think there are 2 Mafia members left, and I think those people are Kimball and Neil. And you sat quiet for so long, and then you tried to deny it. And now Neil is sitting here doing these weird contradictory things, saying, well, I think there's this connection between Unctious and Kiwi that makes Unctious Mafia, but not Kiwi Mafia necessarily right now. And that's just weird. And I think
that's not what I was saying.
It's pretty much exactly what you were saying.
So look, I still disagree that I'm being like more quiet, but I have been a little bit more quiet like this round because I'm A, convinced that you're Mafia, and B, trying to figure out who the other 1 or 2 might be. Okay, so I haven't had a lot to say. I've been paying a lot of attention and trying to listen. I'm pretty sure that Kiwi is not in the group. I'm still not convinced that Tempo is Mafia. You're the only one that I am like willing to kill, like that I'd be willing to formal, right? So I'm like, I've got feelers out, okay? Nothing that I say is going to matter right now until I get more information for myself.
Okay, does anything have anything to say about Kimball?
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna vote for him because I don't think that's the right kill up right now.
Same here.
I don't think it's the right kill, but I feel like we
And
have to vote for him.
I don't think the person that's being most called right now, being Unctious, is the one leading the vote after someone. So
I feel like
I think rather than killing, I think sleep would be a better option. I'd rather kill someone, but I think sleep is a better option than killing a town member.
I would be okay with sleep.
at the risk of
Unctious, are you going to rescind or are we going to go to vote?
Let's vote. If he doesn't pass, we sleep. I would like to sleep anyway.
I would rather like to get a formal, but
Okay,
You're
we're
not
going to
gonna
go
take
to vote. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Kimball lives. He is safe for the rest of the
I'll formal
the
Unctious
day.
right now.
Okay, I hear a formal on Unctious. Let's get this
All the
going.
accusations has been done. I'm not gonna accuse you anymore. You know what everyone has to say, and you pushing for Kimball even after what everyone said just leads me to believe that you're the right person to kill right now. Unctious.
Can't wait till we lose, man.
You're not gonna lose, man.
Be very careful.
Is that your defense?
With your voting.
No,
no.
my defense is the fact that I have stayed arguing the same thing since the beginning of the game. All I've done is defend my actions, and I don't think that they were wrong. And here's Neil doing like wildly contradictory stuff that doesn't make sense. Here's Kimball staying wildly quiet the entire time, slipping under the radar. And he keeps saying that he's not quiet, but he's been unreasonably quiet. All yesterday, he was quiet. When we woke up today, he tried to take the reins because there's not that many people left. And he knows that if he can take control of the conversation early, that means that he's going to be able to get people out because he's Mafia. And that's what his goal is right now. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no way out of all the games you've seen me play that I am Mafia right now. Because right now, I'm playing the way that I play. And when I play the way that I play, everyone thinks that I'm Mafia, but I'm Town. When I play the way that you guys want me to play, I'm Mafia. And nobody thinks that I'm Mafia because I play how you want me to play. And now look at me. I'm about to get fucking lynched. Like this.
No
is
one drew it on the Kimball thing, though. No one voted.
No one has voted for you yet, even though we've seen, I've seen you play Pro Town and I've seen you play Pro Mafia. Your Pro Mafia resonates as Pro Town. I get what you're saying. It's confusing to me why we're stalling this out even longer than we have to.
This is gonna look really fucking bad, but I think that was a really solid defense.
Yeah.
This looks really fucking bad, but I think that.
Would you like to?
Can you please rescind?
Would you like to rescind, or are we going to vote? Those are the options right now.
Fuck.
And if you rescind,
tomorrow.
If we rescind, can we talk and inform someone else, or you force sleep?
No, I think we sleep. I think we sleep.
I would sleep at this point.
You have the option to
I
vote
think
on
we sleep.
sleeping.
I'm fine
But
with
the
sleeping.
people that are going to die tomorrow are either Unctious, Tempo, Kimball, or Jason with an I. That's my call.
What do you mean, during the night?
Yeah.
Huh.
So you think none of them are Town or Mafia? You think all of them are Town?
Does that rescind?
I rescind, and I'm gonna promo sleep. Then everyone will sleep. I'll promo sleep.
Just literally was thinking I was super.
One, 2, 3. Okay, go to sleep.
Yo, I'm gonna piss.
So if you guys are enjoying watching the kittens, they have a 24/7 stream that's really good to watch in the background. The link will be posted in chat.
You need to give a check to Neil for that.
The kittens are all up for adoption if you're in the Metro DC area. Okay, will everyone please wake up except for Neil?
That fucking blows. First off, Jesus Christ.
Who died? I
didn't.
Neil died.
No zombies.
That is
died.
okay.
This
Neil
fucking
died.
blows.
So Neil is not Mafia.
Well, there you go.
I said you should sleep. I
Neil
brought
was
the odds up at the beginning of
time.
last day. That was like one of the earliest things that I pushed for is like talking about sleep. I don't know if anyone else remembered it. But I was like playing the odds and seeing if you should sleep or not.
I'm still
And in
down
the
for
end,
it.
played
So-
so
so
much
what-
bullshit.
All right.
So what do we learn from Neil dying? Because that's why we want him to sleep, right? That's the
Yep.
only new information we got.
Mm-hmm.
What
What
we
is
learned
it?
from Neil dying is that
He.
if someone stalls the clock, or if someone keeps on flip-flopping between two people like Unctious and Tempo have been, then the suspicion is obviously on those two. Because it doesn't make sense that someone pro-town that was vouching for someone to get killed gets killed. Like, what they're doing right now is they're taking all the strong members out, which is obvious. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Yeah, but
cook.
then
And
about-
what I
not-
said earlier about them killing me is that it makes sense because like you guys should like. It's gonna get me kicked out of Code S. But if you guys gonna,
That's
sorry.
stupid. Don't talk
Yeah, don't worry about that right now.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, you
Like-
spoke more pro town yesterday than you ever
That
have.
was-
You said more good things yesterday than you have ever said, like collectively.
No,
So
this isn't
we're on that. We're on that
because
level.
like we're stalling the clock for no reason. We're stalling the clock because hey, Neil's like, I'm like a good guy, believe me, which he is. He just got killed.
He's
Tempo
the
is
good
the
guy.
one we have to kill. Tempo is the one we have to kill because he stalled the clock and he put the blame on Unctious. Unctious
Not-
is playing Mafia because he's pro town. That's it.
Not
That's
only,
it.
not only,
I don't-
not only because of that, but I mean,
Like,
thinking about what Neil had to say. He
Yeah.
said Anchus and then Tempo and then Kiwi, and then after Anchus defense, he was like, okay, I actually believe Anchus. So the next
he
one in
dies.
line will be Tempo. Yeah, I mean, and then he dies.
No, Unctious.
That's
It's
what
not.
confuses
It's
me.
not a good idea to kill.
That's what I
Unctious.
said. Jesus Christ, shut up. I just said that Anchus was in the top of the list, and then like Neil like his defense and say, okay, he's safe. Go to the next on the list. That's Tempo, not Anchus.
mhm.
Right?
Can we please
get it,
just go
Jonathan?
with Tempo? Because yes,
Can
I did. I'm
talk
sorry.
first? Can I talk first?
Yeah,
Yes.
everyone can talk.
Okay. I believe Jonathan is town. I think he's like Bad Mafia would not have lived this long.
Mhm.
Neil was obviously Mafia, which I'm hoping like
Really?
Neil's not
Wait,
Mafia.
really?
Whoa.
Really?
How would he be?
was not Mafia. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Unctious. If I believe you for just suspend everything and believe you for a minute.
I'm excited.
And Neil was starting to believe you, and he was not Mafia. And if I believe you, and you were wrong about me and Neil, who are your reads? Like who
Jason with an I.
could it still
Jason-
be?
After you, it's Jason with an I. That's my next guess.
All right, talk me through it. Talk me through it.
All right.
I like to hear that also.
Jason, Kiwi seemed to be the only one who was batting for me, and for that reason, I'm actually and honestly, this is one of those Mafia techniques that like people do sometimes. They bat for somebody to try to get them on their side. But honestly, the way Kiwi's been playing is his town play, not his Mafia play. Jonathan, I would say that Jonathan has done more pro town than he's ever done before. And I honestly, I think that he's been playing super pro town. Julian is on the fence for me because he's also been kind of quiet, relatively speaking. But I think that he kind of shifted his mind about people at the right times. When I've been really convincing about the things that I've been saying, before anybody else spoke up and said, I think that guy might be a little bit town, he was the one who was coming out saying that, maybe that guy actually has some. He wasn't bandwagoning, is what I'm saying. Tempo's been quiet, but I think I read him as town because everyone's been saying he's this super hardcore mastermind.
I'm not.
Well, yeah. So here's the thing.
I'm not done yet. But the thing about you, Kimball, is that when you are town, you tend to speak up a little bit more, and you tend to take control as you take secondary control. You don't try to guide the conversation the way that you are right now. No matter how much you say that you were actually speaking up, you weren't. If you look at all of day 2, you didn't really speak up at all until towards the end of the day. You were so quiet for so long. I had my eye on you the entire time and you didn't speak that much. And now what's happening is as soon as you start getting prodded and you start realizing, oh, wait a minute, I need to speak up a little bit more, you go full to the other end. You try to take this gentle control of the entire situation. From right when we woke up day 3, you started trying to well, I can't let anybody talk about me yet. We need to start, doing this other thing. That's how Kimball plays when he's Mafia. I think you're Mafia.
So as a town, though, if you
I have to
accuse someone
disagree
of
with
being
that.
quiet, and then the person, what do you want the person to do? Not speak up?
I'm sorry. Can I just? You didn't. So you talked about everyone but Jason.
You're right.
Can you talk about Jason now, please?
You actually put me in the first thing to give me reason.
Because I'm not.
Everyone else is just town reads at this point. I think the game will end when you die. If it doesn't, I think Jason with an I is my next target.
But why? I'm not gonna vote for Jason if you don't convince me. He's.
I haven't formaled anybody yet. I want you to know, Jonathan. I haven't formaled anybody yet.
Unctious, who are the 3 Mafia who have died, in your opinion?
I believe that Alan was a Mafia member. I believe. I'm going over the names. We've had people leave, haven't we?
Yes.
Yes.
We killed first night Chef
think
because
Chef
of what he
is
said.
absolutely-
We
I
killed
think-
second night
Let-
Ryan because of
let
what he said.
Unctuous answer.
I don't think
Ryan, don't help
like-
him out.
Yeah, my bad. That's right. You're right.
I'm
He's
not
dumb.
convinced. I'm more convinced now that Ryan was Mafia than I was before, but I still think he might have been Miller.
So you're free.
I'm not certain, Kiwi. If you want to be totally honest, you're putting me in a position that I couldn't tell you.
Okay, so here's the thing. I formally you Unctuous.
Go for it.
Because I wanted to be on your side and I wanted to like have you help me find the other Mafia. But you said nothing of value. You said absolutely nothing of value. You like said, oh, these people seem town. The one person who you want to kill besides me, you can give us nothing. I asked you a second time, you give us nothing. I just don't believe it. If you
I've said everything about you. Are you kidding right now?
No, about Jason. You said Jason's your number 2. Like, obviously, I'm not Mafia. I'm not going to vote for myself. If you're going to convince me to vote for someone else that's not you, you're doing a terrible job. And I gave you a second chance. That's exactly what I said. And you still, like, you have nothing. You point at Jason and you have nothing concrete.
Because it means to me he has nothing on me for both sides.
We can talk about that
Because he's
tomorrow.
It's
Mafia.
like both for.
I think the game is going to end when Kimball dies. That's what I think.
How Kimball has leading the conversation though is how we've been getting kills and how we've been getting like through the nights or through the days rather. Because when Kimball leads, when Kimball leads, we have a concise direction of where to go. I'm not saying you're wrong, Unctuous, but I'm saying that Kimball is taking control because there's nobody strong left. By killing Mango first night.
Kimball hasn't led.
No, I actually I don't think that's right.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's completely
right
wrong
words right now. I think that like
go Julian.
I don't. If someone's going to be leading right now, I feel more comfortable with Jason leading or Kimball leading as opposed to Unctuous, because I'm still skeptical of Unctuous.
Okay, here's the thing. If someone can convince me halfway decent,
You're still
someone
formal
else
on
is
me,
a
right?
better target.
Didn't you formal me at this point?
Yes, then
Yeah,
I'm
he's talking
saying that
about
I will
you.
rescind.
Mm-hmm.
But if no one can, like, I still think you're the best. And if I know it's Lilo, so I'm open to like being convinced otherwise. But I'm like 90% sure that like you're Mafia, and like if we kill you, we get another day.
I don't know. I want to talk about
100%
Unctuous.
because it's lynch or lose.
He rescinded
Like,
already.
can we get?
Wait.
He didn't rescind.
Okay,
He
guys,
rescinded.
guys,
Didn't rescind, Kimball?
let's just think about whether it's lynch or lose or not. If there's 3
Can you rescind so we can talk about it?
Yeah, I'll rescind.
I mean, this is pertinent to the formal, so you don't have to respond. If there are 3 Mafia, yes, it is. If
Then
there are
it's
2
Lilo,
Mafia, then it's not. A lot of people seem to be assuming it is lynch or lose.
Yeah, we're 7 people.
You have to say like
act as if it were.
Yeah, you have to act as if it were.
No, I understand that, but there's a difference between acting as though it was and, oh my god, it is definitely 100% because I'm Mafia and I actually know how many Mafia there are.
So
I agree with that.
with what you just said, you're putting suspicion on me. That's exactly what you're saying.
I'm not suspicious of you, Jonathan. And I won't say about.
Not Jason.
I'm not.
Kiwi.
Yeah, I know. Say about it. I'm saying that I am personally not suspicious of you. And I won't say about Unctuous though. I mean, I don't think it's the right course, Kimball. And I'll say why. I said the same thing last round, and I'll say again. I learned with Mango that you have to trust the people that you believe are down. And even though after I said that, Neil said that he didn't trust me as much because of what I said, I still think I know for sure now that he's down. But last round I was thinking that he was down. And after he laid off with Unctuous because of Unctuous defense, I was okay with that as well. I'm not as much as okay, but if you're the person that I think you are, you're down, and you believe that, and I'm gonna follow you for now. And he died after that, so I mean, I still think that you should go for the second person that he was after Unctuous, that's Temple.
I mean,
Can Tempo
I feel like
talk?
that's
'Cause
a-
Yeah, I'm literally like,
I got a lot
I'm
of suspicion on him
I'm
right
kinda
now.
like
and he hasn't done anything.
I've been just like soaking literally. I feel like I'm not adding as much as I want to, and every time that I think about something, I say something else, and then I get called out for it or that is suspicious. But when
12 minutes.
when Neil actually believed Unctus at the end of last round, I sort of believed him too, but him dying at the end of the round really screwed me, because I was wondering if like what kind of move it would be from Mafia to kill Neil that next round. And see, I don't know. I'm like literally just brain dead right now, but
it's not always easy to flesh out your thoughts.
it's really not. Yeah, that's why I feel like it's so easy to right now, especially this game. It's been killing me, but I've literally just been so fucked this whole game as well. Just trying to put dots together, and it's not really helping. I understand that.
I don't think anybody latched on to Neil as much as Kimball did.
I think
That's not true, because Kiwi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Kiwi.
Was the one not
I think it was Eric. Are you saying to Kimball or to Neil?
Wait, he like attached onto him, like he followed him?
And who attached to who?
No,
well, not attached on, but like was actively
Against-
attacking or actively hunting Neil.
Kiwi went after Neil.
No, there's nobody.
He wasn't attacking.
No, he wasn't attacking Neil. What I was saying was there's nobody in the entire game who has latched onto anybody as much as Kimball had to Neil.
I have in my notes that
Sorry,
both
I misworded.
both Neil and Kiwi were going at it at certain points in the game. Neil usually early on, Kiwi came in a little bit later. He wasn't.
I'm sorry. I didn't say Kiwi. I meant to say Kimball. Like latching on, like
no, I know,
allied.
I'm answering. I'm answering Jonathan's.
Oh,
okay. He was like, who was actively attacking Neil, and I said that Kiwi was actively attacking Neil later in the game, where Neil was actively attacking Kiwi early in the game.
Quick PSA: nobody refresh your page, because if you do, you won't be able to watch the stream. The stream will go down.
Okay.
PSA.
Okay.
So Twitch is having problems, but the stream will keep going if you don't do anything.
If you don't refresh it.
Yeah. Cool.
Jonathan, what do you think right now? Are you still on tempo?
What do I think right now? My Mafia reads currently are Tempo, Kiwi, Kimball. It shift from Unctus to Kimball because I feel. Huh?
I
That's
still don't
three,
think Kiwi.
because there's only 3. Oh, well, if you want my full Mafia reads, Kimball, Tempo, oh crap, Kiwi, Tempo, Kimball. Sorry, we'll start with K's. Ryan, and then Miller. Ryan was Miller, and then Chef.
I was just after how many you thought were alive. So you think 3 are alive?
I think 3 are alive currently, and I think it's lynch or lose.
So Kimball?
I think it's. I don't want to I want to formal Kimball, but I want to formal Tempo more, because I feel like Tempo, with the play that he made last game or last day, by stalling out the clock.
I don't understand what you mean by stalling out the clock, though.
I don't think it's a thing online.
I'll formal tempo. I'll formal your tempo because just what I said. I think the thing that I'm attached the most to is what Neil said about the way you're playing and the way your body language and how he knew it. And just like I said, I was trusting Neil because I was trusting the town that I had, and people keep dying. The one that I trust, Eric, Hato, and then Neil. And he was the last one to have something to say.
Well,
okay. Okay, because our stream just went down.
What up?
And
No,
then,
Still here.
the stream is fine if you don't
still
refresh
here.
it.
So and based on all that, and based on the people that are still alive, and based on how many Mafias might be alive, I want to start with you. If you're not the only one, I'm certain that you are one at least.
I understand from what Neil said and him dying afterwards, that next it would be me to go. As far as you, if you are a town and you trusting Neil, and a lot of what was it Jonathan was saying too about my play. I don't understand about the play about stalling the clock though. I never really stalling the clock last round. Last round I was pretty set on Unctus, pretty hardcore I think I was. And
at the beginning you were flip-flopping back and forth quite a bit. That's what I meant.
No, I think I said one thing. I might have said one thing in defense, And I would say that I've been pretty quiet this game. So I don't think that I've actually been in any role to actually stall anything out. Because I have been quiet this game and I'm not exactly happy with it. But lynching me would be a mistake as far as because I am town, but I know that I'm not playing as well. I'm trying to, but every time that I do say something, I do get lost in it because I still haven't got a solid grasp on this game today.
All right. I'm coming out in defense of tempo.
Yeah.
I'm coming out in defense of tempo. Okay, here's what's up.
Dear.
Look at who called this formal. Jason with an I called this formal. I said Kimball and Jason with an I are my two strongest reads right now. If there's anybody who wants,
he didn't say they had to read Mafia. He said didn't have any read.
Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak.
If there's anybody who's going to try to call this formal and get the heat off of them, it's going to be either Kimball or Jason with an I. I urge Kiwi and Julian right now, I urge you to not vote on tempo. I do not think that he is the proper kill. Kimball is a million times more suspicious. He has done nothing for this town except when he's either bandwagoning or he just sits back in the meantime, and he does that thing that he does all the time when he's Mafia. He does the thing, all the sighing and bullshit when he's Mafia. Dude, this is Kimball's Mafia play. He is the way to go. I will not be voting for tempo.
If you were so sure,
have my hands up.
How come you didn't call a formal 2 days earlier, 3 days earlier?
I have my hands up. I have the formal on tempo, not because I'm stalling. First off, not because I'm rushing. I'm rushing because we have a countdown. I don't know if you're watching, but Hannah keep telling how much minutes you have left. And if you left to this last minute to lynch, it's gonna be lynch or sleep. And I'd rather vote for tempo, and if you don't want to vote, then don't vote, and then you can vote for someone else. And second off, about tempo, you said that I'm pushing for him because I have suspicion on me. I don't have any suspicion on me. You're the only one that says something against me, and you didn't have anything to say. You just said that, read the other people's town, and I don't have anything to say about you, Jason, so it might be Mafia. That's all you had to say about me. You didn't have an accusation against me. Like, what are you talking? Like, that's all I have to say. I mean, I'm not going to send the vote on tempo right now. I'm pushing it because if it doesn't pass, then whatever. If you don't think he's Mafia, then don't vote, and then we can look for someone else. But you have to do it now before the time runs out, and then you can not vote for someone else. And I'm not rescinding.
Julian, go ahead.
Okay, no rescinding. So
can I say something, Anna, before?
Very quick, yes.
Okay, I'll defend and kind of push at tempo too, because I think that Jonathan's assumption of saying that he's running out the clock when tempo hasn't said anything is very weird to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, he said so much with nothing accomplished.
However, I am okay with it because he hasn't helped us at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all.
Okay, does anyone have anything else to say?
Don't vote for tempo, please.
I mean, I'm saying it in the sense that I understand that I didn't contribute as much as I wanted to at all, but voting me out right now is a town kill, and it will leave. I mean, if you have any other suspicions or anything, but I mean,
can we vote and try to get some votes if he doesn't pass?
Taking a vote. 1, 2, 3. Mafia wins.
What the fuck?
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan. Oh, that's man.
Thank you, Jonathan, for playing Pro Mafia.
I know. I was like, I should have just playing like such a pussy today.
Okay,
I was playing
where did I go wrong?
Everywhere.
I'm gonna be on
Everywhere. You went everywhere wrong, man.
Hey, hold on, Mafia.
What's
You were
that?
playing with your food. You could have just formal tempo the last day, and Jonathan would have been like, "Oh yeah, it's totally tempo. 3 + 1 is 4. 4 out of 7 is the majority." You could have just won in like.
I wasn't sure if people.
How did you not kill Kimball after I died?
Oh my god! And Kimball was smirking so much.
Let's just hear the rolls. Let's hear the rolls.
No,
I make a huge apology to
Demoted, Jonathan.
Great Deceiver.
Demoted.
Fucking shit!
Okay.
Let's hear the rolls. Let's hear the rolls.
Playing the role of Mafia, we had Jason with an I, Jason without an I, Gregor, and Julian.
Wow. What's up, Chef? How you doing? Chef?
Yeah, it sucked.
For Miller, we had Carlton, and for Hypnotist, we had Chef.
Fucking Chef.
Into a coma and died.
I'm gonna go to sleep now. So you guys have fun. I'm gonna post a link to where the kittens are gonna go in 2 seconds, and then I'll see you guys next week.
Chef, do you prefer a horse head on your left or on the right side of your bench tomorrow?
Yo, so how was that Miller defense? That Miller,
I didn't buy it. It wasn't good.
I didn't buy it for a second. I called you out on it.
Who was top? Who was top?
How did everyone
was cop?
Shindig's is cop.
I knew it was bad.
Shindig's is cop? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't doubt Shindig's for a second.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
sorry about that last night.
Who's on the wire?
Can I say something? Hey, can I
There's
say
been a late
something?
substitution.
You've been demoted,
Sheth,
sir.
Sheth and Jonathan have been swapped, and Sheth is now up for the up and down. And it's coming in. It's coming in over the wire. Down.
No.
Guys, can we get whoever's mod to start rolling, and then we can talk while they're rolling?
Yeah, 8mm spikes. You said you were gonna mod.
Wait.
Yep, I'm new mod for this next game.
Yes, yes.
Storzerg is coming.
Awesome. Someone else to lynch me.
You mean Copzerg? Jonathan, what do you have to say?
Fake Copzerg.
I
want to apologize to Tempo because I thought my read was pretty
Tempo? You want to apologize to
Every time we should be apologizing to Unctious right now.
Are you kidding me?
Unctious, you want to know what it was in your defense that made me change my mind on
Gage
you
is coming
from like
too.
I want to bite your head off to you're totally 100% down?
No idea.
You
I
said
wanna know, yeah.
What was it? You said something along the lines of I had it. You said there was one very particular phrase that you used that there was like if you used it and you were lying, there's no way you could ever get away with that ever again. It was one of those like, it's like when Spencer said, "I've never faked a role in Mafia ever. I'm clearly cop." When someone else had come out as fake cop, and he was like counterclaiming.
Was it when I said I'm playing how I want to play, and that means I'm down because when I play how you want to play?
Oh no! It was something along the lines of
that was the best part of my defense.
No, that part
What
I
should I
didn't pay
have
attention
said?
to.
Like at the beginning, that would have made it more.
I didn't buy a defensive for 1 second. Here's
the thing though, Mafia, we were really fortunate because he hypnotized Mango and we killed Mango.
That was
and it
so
worked out. It made him look fake. It made him look
No,
fraudulent.
so not only did he hypnotize me,
Wait.
Shindig's also checked me the first night also. So like
kill him,
actions were wasted.
But why did you say you were Mafia, Chef?
All right, guys, we're gonna throw up a 3-minute commercial in between games for just a moment.
Guys,
Actually, never mind.
I will
With
never
the
play
problems
like
that are
that
happening
ever
on Twitch
again.
right now, I don't think we're going to do that. That could be a problem.
Let Chef explain.
guys, with how hard I was going after Kimball, how do you not kill him when I die? Like it
Because
just
I didn't. Because Kimball, I felt that.
Take away from
If they hadn't killed me, Aaron, I was formally Kimball at the start of the next day.
Honestly, what game were you watching?
Dude, those Kimball
Mafia
deflects.
Unctious and I wanted to.
Wait,
Mafia
how did
hadn't
you
killed
not
me-
instantly formal him when he slipped up like big time?
Like it's lynch or lose.
When he said there were 3 Mafia
Like,
left?
yeah,
I
He was
saw
just
that.
like like us is town. Like it was just like
I felt like in my
clearly
position
Mafia.
I couldn't reasonably formal anybody. Like I didn't have enough support to be able like any formal that I did was gonna sound like bullshit, and I couldn't do that. Like
Well, me too, but I
didn't formal tempo like beginning of last day because I thought like Kiwi and Unctious would be able to unpersuaded Jonathan out of it. If you like
You started already voting Mafia back in the game. I think that's a first.
Yeah,
Jonathan,
a mod call vote to bring Mafia back in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that totally.
Dude, make an action went out. I was in the
going on.
Yeah,
phone.
that's his problem.
No, and good
God.
move Mafia killing me because I was coming out that next day, formaling Jason or Kimball right off the bat.
Oh, I wanted to kill you when the round when Shindig
killed you
came out
in
already because I saw the reads you were getting off of me.
Oh yeah. I was like,
Didn't
I
come
actually
out
thought
with
I didn't think I was like hoping the Rob vote wouldn't pass, and if it didn't pass, I was coming after you right then.
I want to
I love killing Rob.
back on
And I would have gone after
yeah.
Julian right after. I would have said I'm formaling
I knew
Kimball and
Jason
Julian's
was
next.
Mafia. He didn't.
why?
Because here's the thing, Julian. I had no notes on you, and if I have no notes on you, that's not a good thing because it means you weren't
Yeah, I
doing
was trying-
anything
like,
that was
alright.
noteworthy.
So everything at the beginning, like when I was trying to talk at the beginning, like whoa, your mic is too loud. I was like, oh shit, okay. So anytime I try to like actually get a word in, it just wasn't gonna happen because I wasn't about to scream over everybody.
hey, actually, I think we learned a special lesson today. We learned that if you are sheriff and if you are hypnotist, you probably shouldn't do those things on Mango night 1. Should probably
That was
mix
just
it up a
weird.
little
I don't
bit.
like the
Wait,
hypnotist. Well, we
Can
didn't
someone,
even get to play with
can
it.
someone explain to me why Mango gets eliminated night 1 or Shindig's night 1 always?
Because they're good. Because they're good player.
I don't like the idea of doing hypnotist the
For the
first
same
game of the
reason
night.
that you stay alive into the last round.
Man,
we didn't even get to play with the hypnotist.
We didn't even play with hypnotist.
We didn't even play with the hypnotist.
It just threw the game for town. Can we? No. Speaking of hypnotist, do you want to explain us your thought process in the play, Chef? Like what you were thinking?
Is Kiwi still here?
Because I'm just curious.
My great plan
Oh, yeah.
was the whole. There's no one who can counterclaim that I'm hypnotist, right? Because I am. And I wanted to see reactions whenever I said it, because obviously the Mafia are going to be the ones no or not. But I mean, it's not like a great pro town move. It's like a pro fun move.
Actually, you know what? I need to be responsible. I'm going to bed. I have class tomorrow early in the morning, so I gotta go.
Are you anxious?
I'm just sorry.
Don't be
okay?
that
Does
guy,
make
anxious.
like,
Don't be sad, man. Don't be sad.
Yeah, it's not like anyone else here is
Town.
staying up late. Certainly not like anyone stays up late enough for the sun to come up.
We've all got work, we've all got class. Don't be that guy.
Jason's awesome.
Don't be that
It's not like
guy.
we don't have responsibilities.
And you can
Look
just
here,
never
man.
go.
Look, Anxious, look.
Is this an engineering class by chance?
It's not an engineering class. All right, I'm gonna go mix myself a drink. Let's do this. I'm in.
All right, game time.
Yeah, peer pressure and alcohol.
Mafia.
Neil, can we get like a 5-minute break real quick?
Kill him.
Do all that
Kill
stuff?
him. Night 1 Mafia.
No, he's gonna wind up being Mafia, and he's gonna win the game now.
All right, guys. I'm gonna throw up an overlay for a few minutes while we sort some things out, and we're gonna just take like a general break. We will be right back.